I think relationships are everything to growth and healing. And some of these kids, the first healthy relationships they've experienced are with the horses.
I think a lot of people have preconceptions about what therapy looks like. We're leading them down a path that they never would have expected.
Horses live and survive in a herd, and within that herd, there's lots of social dynamics. People will start to see their own patterns unfold in front of them.
They are a facsimile for their relationships with people in their lives.
TASC stands for Therapeutic Animal Stewardship Cooperative. All of our horses are donated to the program from people in the community. Many of them came from rescue-type situations. This is a perfect home for them because they can have a purpose for the whole rest of their lives. TASC is a very open process. It is myself and the residential counselors that are working with the students at Eliada Homes. It's a non-judgmental place. It's very much about their process. In almost all of our sessions, they're done with the horses loose and free in the open. So the horses, they really kind of choose the kids that they're working with. The kids think they choose the horses, but it's a combination.
A major part of what they do is picking up on cues from the horses and understanding, what they're bringing to that relationship and how it affects those other creatures. Our specific model that we use is called GALA, but I found that through GALA we can work through all sorts of issues that are very hard to get to through talk therapy, especially with kids who are not as comfortable talking or maybe don't have as much insight into what's going on with themselves. If a child is struggling with a certain thing socially, then almost inevitably they'll bring that into the arena with the horses.
When I first met Brianna, she didn't talk. She was very, very quiet. The first couple times didn't seem that interested, but she was willing, and I got her to brush Allie one day because I kept seeing him notice her and looking at her, and he was curious about her. Not long after that, she just took a liking to him, and she spent weeks following him around, doing everything that he wanted to do. And you could tell she wanted to do more, but she didn't know how to ask for more, and she didn't have the confidence to ask for more. But it wasn't my job to give her that confidence. It had to come from her.
He can be stubborn, he can be sweet, like the sweetest horse ever. But he has many personalities. We had a spark, like a connection, and I really fell in love with him.
He would walk with her if she was focused and ready to work with him. But if there was something going on with her, I could almost always tell because he would just refuse. Through that process, she had to really face a lot of her fears and uncertainties. In order to get on a horse, they have to get the horse to come with them without a halter and lead rope and allow the kid to put their weight across their back. And if the horse chooses to stay there without walking away or being irritable, then the kid can go ahead and get on them. And so it's quite a process, and it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's very powerful for the kids that accomplish that.
Ollie came to the arena with me 1,000 times, but I wasn't ready, and he could see it, so he kept walking away. It wasn't him, it was me. I didn't trust him enough to get on his back. And it stopped me from riding him, even though he gave me chance after chance.
It was her very last task, and she didn't accomplish her goal. Oftentimes when students leave, they might come back to visit, but they don't really come back to campus. And so her mom called me and asked if there was any way that she could come back. And so she started coming in volunteering with me.
After I left Eliada, me and Ollie got closer. I learned to trust him and know he's not gonna hurt me. He helped me with my courage, my confidence. Ollie just walked with me to the arena without the halter, and I got on his back.
I'm really proud of her. She's very responsible and respectful. I think she really knows who she is and what she wants in life. She's come a long way.
As a child becomes more confident, more real, and more competent in the equine setting, they bring that into the other areas of their life, and it's a major protective factor in their treatment. It's about building relationships, learning how your strategies for life play out in this setting so that we can put them in front of us and look at it and say, what's working, what's not, what patterns do we see, and what do we need to change?
It's not about horsemanship, it's about them working on themselves. A lot of us have patterns and beliefs that maybe we're not aware of that guide how we view the world and how we interact with it. This program is invaluable. When they really experience that feeling of being in control of themselves and the horse responding to them, it really makes a huge difference.